Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time that I love the most, having this conversation with this amazing couple. Looking all good. Okay. Wapendeza. Okay, so Alice, you mentioned that you repeated. So you repeated high school?
Yes, up to Form 3.
Wait a minute. You did your KCSE and then you repeated all the way back to Form 3?
Yes.
And then you sat Form 3 and then went to Form 4
For
again?
2 years.
For 2 years?
So I went for 6 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Ah.
I can't regret.
Yeah. So you got better grades?
Yes.
And
I
then
performed well.
You performed well?
Yeah.
And then you went now to campus?
Yes. And I did my course, which I was waiting for. I have a profession in health records and information technology.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard that? That even though you did not perform well in your exam, you can actually go back and resit it and do even better.
Yes.
Look at you right now, you're working, right?
Yes.
Look at that. And now because of that study, you now have a job and you're working.
Yes.
And even though, John, you have not been able to find work,
Yeah.
though you are a degree holder, you've graduated.
It's true.
And there are many like you, or perhaps even wondering, like, you know, graduate, nimesoma sipati kazi. And now you mentioned about finances being a challenge in your mind. So we are going to learn about different forms of income. There are 8 different ways you can actually get an income. So there's some 8 pieces of paper in front of you, symbolizing those 8 revenue streams.
Okay.
So I'll just ask you, John, if you can pick the first one. What does it read?
Salary income.
Salary income.
Yeah.
So now that's the income that you get from being employed. You get a salary at the end of the month, at the end of the month, right? So
Yeah.
usually that's the one that people are focusing on. What's the second one?
Interest income.
Interest income. Now that is the income that you get when you put your money in a savings account or in an institution that actually gives you an interest after a period of time, maybe a year, 5 years, 10 years. That's another way of getting income. What about you, Alice? What are the third one?
Profit income.
Profit income.
Yeah.
Now, profit income is what you get when you run a business. When you run a business, now you get income from that as profit. The next one, Alice?
Residential income.
Yeah. Residual income.
yeah,
So that
Residual.
that's the kind of income that you get. Once you do something, it earns you money after a period of time. So, for example, have you seen people making YouTube videos?
Yeah.
They're making money out of YouTube videos. Why? That's a residual income where you produce something, then it keeps on making you money after a period of time, even 5 years after you did that particular project. What about the fifth one, John?
Dividend income.
Dividend income. That's when you buy shares in a company, you know, whether it's a listed company, go ahead and buy shares over there. What about the sixth one, John?
Royalty income.
Royalty income. That's when you form an invention or you develop maybe a song, a music, or an audiobook, and actually get royalties out of that, or an app. Right now people are developing apps, so you can actually even get royalty out of that. What about the seventh one, Alice?
Rental income.
Rental income. When you build a house or a flat, and then you actually make money out of renting it out to people. And the last one, Alice?
Capital gains income.
Capital gains income. That's when you sell a property that you have, whether it is land or a company that you've built.
Yeah.
So now the reason I'm telling you this is so that you can expand your mind at the different ways of actually making income.
Yeah.
As you are applying for jobs, you are applying for
Yeah.
jobs, right? So you're looking for salary income.
Yeah.
There are other ways of actually making money. For example, John, I'd love to tell you, you have a very powerful voice.
Thank you.
You can
Thank
actually
you.
make money with that voice of yours.
Thank you.
know?
Yeah.
You can either start doing something online, you can start doing your own recordings, you can find something that you want to talk about. That's residual income, you can start doing it. Do you have a farm either with your parents or with yourselves?
Yeah. For right now, we are looking for a farm.
For a
We want to
farm.
raise. Yeah.
Yeah. You can even start farming. You can start a business. Yeah, even when you find something you can actually start selling, or a talent that you can start building. There are different ways actually you can make money. And for example, when you're doing your wedding, did you ask people for financial support in your committees?
Yeah.
Do you know that actually there are people out there who are willing to even put in money in your business idea?
Yeah.
If they see that you're serious, if they see that, oh my goodness, you're starting something, I want to invest. If they can give you 1,000 or 2,000 for a wedding, they can do the same thing for a business idea if you actually show that seriousness.
Oh.
So look at that. Don't just focus on employment, because not every single time you're going to get a job. Or sometimes when you get into a job, once you start working, you want to have other ways of making money. So think about that even as you look at finances.
Yeah.
Now you also mentioned about communication. So you know, John, she actually said that, you know, akinyamaza kama utaongea basi ni hivyo. Things go quiet throughout. So imagine if he keeps quiet, what's going to happen in that marriage?
Worse.
Worse. Yes. How, you mentioned that you expect him to say something because he's the man.
Yes.
What does that mean? What are you trying to tell him?
He should know.
He should know.
Yes.
How will you know without you telling him? You're telling him.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
He should know ni nini imenikasirisha. Yes, and work on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So usually he will do something, then you get offended, unakasirika, unanyamaza.
Yeah.
What if there's sometimes he doesn't know he's done wrong? Hajui.
Atauliza.
Atauliza.
Yeah.
Na asipouliza. Kumumana for a whole week. And then John, you also mentioned that you're silent. So both of you are like silent people. Eh? So what happens when you also get angry?
Okay, for me, I can keep off for some time, but always she said I'm the head. So
You have a big head.
yeah, no, I'm the head,
You're the head.
in the family. So
I'm sorry about that.
it's all right. So, and being that I approached her, I think that's what she meant. So
Okay.
it's still, I have to do it because I have to keep it real. We can't go without communication.
Okay.
It will mess everything up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is very important. You know, sometimes your spouse may not even be aware
Yeah.
that amekasirisha. And imagine unanunda for the entire week because of something that you could actually even spoken about and iron it out in no matter of minutes.
Yeah.
And then umekasirikiana for an entire week.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing.
True.
And it ends up messing up the things that you cannot even talk about. Then the other person starts to feel like, you know what, maybe I'm not being loved as much, there's no warmth in
Yeah.
my marriage, and you don't want that, especially now that you're 2 months in marriage. So when you're hurt, communicate. Ukikanyaga unaambia, hey, how do you call him? Baby, honey,
Babe.
babe. Babe. So you're like, babe,
Yeah.
that would not sit right with me. You don't have to shout. You don't have to make a big deal out of it. Just tell him in a very polite manner. And when she does that, unamsikia. And in case also she's done the same thing, mwambie. And sometimes maybe it's not even your spouse amemkasirisha. Sometimes it could be an outsider. Kwa matatu amepita hapo mewot nama you know the a supermarket somebody did you wrong and then unaleta makasiriko ndani ya nyumba. You know?
Yeah.
So talk about these things, right? Talk about your feelings, like, you know what, I'm not feeling okay. And if you need some time, sometimes you may need some 30 seconds to just cool down, just be like, you know what, just give me some time and then I cool down. It's normal. You know, we all have ups and downs and mood swings and all kind of stuff, right? So relax, learn to communicate, learn to express yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
True.
So ladies and gentlemen, as actually you've seen, find different ways of making money. Don't just rely on one particular income stream, and also learn to communicate. Learn to express your emotions, whether you're hurt, whether you're happy, whether you've had a bad or a good day. It's going to improve your marriage. So now, we found out that she calls you babe. How do you call her?
Darling.
Darling, hey. And then look on a smile.
Yeah.
She's even blushing right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will ask you to hold the hands of your babe and hold the hands of your darling. Shikaneni kono.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. What a lovely couple.
Thank you.
So John too, I will insist this. You have a wonderful voice. You need to do something with that voice.
Thaning you.
And the world is watching. Do something with that voice of yours. So so looking at your darling, is there anything that you want to apologize to her for, anything that you want to appreciate her for, or you want to commit to do better from now henceforth?
Okay, darling, yeah, I know we've gone through a lot, and I know along the way I may have, and not I may, I have wronged you in many ways. I can't explain, I know you know, and I want to say sorry, and I'm working each day to become better. Secondly, I appreciate you. Were it not for you, maybe I could not be in Havia. I've fought because you are there. I've stood to this time because I still value you, and I wanted to spend a life with you. So, and I promise I'll always be there for you. If anything fails, I will be there. Yeah.
Thank you.
What about you, Alice? Looking at your babe, eh?
Yeah.
Anything that you want to apologize to him for, you want to appreciate him for, you want to commit to do better from now henceforth?
Yes, babe.
Yeah.
First is to say that I love you so much. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for being supportive to me. You've been a great person, and I would like to apologize all my mistake I have done wrong to you. I would like you to hold me, and please, I pray that you may forgive me, and I promise that we shall move in one way and work out for this journey. I promise to love you and to love you more.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wonderful, lovely couple. Why don't you give each other a hug, a kiss? I don't know. It's your lovely marriage. Mapenzi moto moto. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, mapenzi moto moto. Mona yo busu. Okay. If you're a dating or a married couple and you'd like to be part of this show, I would love to host you and celebrate your relationship or your marriage. Or if even you two are exes and you want to reconnect and get back together, come on the show. Write to us on 111 444 111 or through our social media handle. This issue has been decoded.